dozed off a little bit. I'm about to go to this skank in my dank's house. I ain't had no gas. I went to the bus. Saw this lady reading the newspaper there. I slapped the newspaper out of her hand. I said, give me your bus transfer. Oh! She looked at me and raised her eyebrow. I grabbed her by here and threw her in the traffic. She got ran over 8 times. I looked at her body and said, whatever. The bus came. This nigga was standing in front of me. I slapped him in his face and pushed him out the way. Got on the bus. That nigga looked at me and said, 135. I looked at him and said, nigga, what you say? He said, 135. I slapped him in his mouth. I took his head and threw him out the bus. I'm driving this bus now. I drove that bus so fast. I jumped out the bus and let the bus hit a wall. There was blood everywhere. I called up my nigga Billy Gojankles. Said we going to this skank's house. We get up there. I don't knock on the door. I kick the door open, slap that dog in the face. I said, hey, you looking to swallow a dick? She was like, okay. Took out my 10-inch Johnson. It automatically grew to 10 feet. I said, you better swallow this, ho. She's like, but I can't, it's impossible. I took out my hand and said, if you don't want a backhand, you'll do as you're so. She swallowed my whole Johnson. It came through her butthole. Then I ripped it through the back of her and cut her into 2 pieces. Because I can do that. Anyway, me and my nigga Billy Bojankles went over to GameStop. Get us some games or something. The manager came up to us and said, hey, don't I know you? I looked at him and spit in his eye. I said, nigga, if you blink. Anyway, we got our games. We went back to the crib. We played PS3. The skank called me and was like, she trying to get the business. I went over to her house. I found out that she had a friend. Ugly as hell. I said, nigga, you gonna pay me for this. She's like, I really ain't got no money. I was like, nigga, you better find a way to get some money. Ho! Anyway, got done getting the business. Walked out of there. She came back and said, you gonna call me? I looked at her, pulled out my gun, shot her in the mouth. I said, nigga, don't you ever ask me nothing. Looked at her dying body and said, don't look at me. Unforgettable.